Hello teacher, this is my coursework. Next page. This is my coursework content. Next page. And then I will talk about the Samsung. Samsung Group is a Korean multi-Asian company founded by Li Bingzhe in 1938. In the 1960s, Samsung become the economic industry. Samsung becomes the world's largest memory chip manufacturer and the second largest chip manufacturer. In 2012, Samsung becomes the world's largest mobile phone manufacturer and one of the world's largest information technology companies. Samsung have a wider range of fields such as mobile phone, computer, uh, camera, and a range of production. In terms of market share of the Samsung technologies, Samsung optates the third place in the global market in the 2012. In the first quarter of 2021, Samsung quoted for 23.1% of the market share. In short, Samsung has always been one of the giants in the technology industry and is a leading position all year round. The reason why we chose Samsung is that it is a giant enterprise in the world technology industry, and it is very presentativity. And then Chunhui Wu will talk about the next page.
Thank you. I will introduce the Porter's 5 Force framework to analyze something electronics. First of all, for the industry's existing competitors such as Apple, Huawei, competitiveness is still very strong. Their products have some differentiation where the market saturation is high. In addition to the exciting competitors, potential new entrants are not very stretching to something because of their own high brand recognition and technological barriers, but need to be careful of the impact of turnover within the industry. Also for point 5 substitutes, something's own technology, such as chips, are almost impossible to replace, but other companies with low barrier can be replaced by other companies. So for the point 4, buyers, their bargaining power is very high as they have very low cost of choice and can choose the product that meets their needs based on the wide range of electronic brands in the market. Finally, the bargaining power of suppliers is very low, and for something, they have a large margin of choice with 579 suppliers. This concludes my uh, situation. Next, I will ask my group member Jialei Ren to analyze the pestle model.
Alright, thanks for my groupmate Chunhui. Next, let's turn to the pestle analysis model to analyze Samsung. As we all know, for political factors, any country with unstable political environment is prone to business interruption and business loss. So when Samsung is considering a country's market, it needs to first examine whether the country's political situation is stable. For economy factors, the economy crisis may have a negative impact on consumers' disposable income, especially in developed countries. This has forced companies like Samsung to expand their profitable business in countries. The high fluctuation of stock market and the continued fluctuation of exchange rate may have a serious impact on the financial health of the enterprise. As for social factors, this factor includes the customers, traditionals, and customers from different groups. The differences of social affects the demand for products and people's willingness to work. When a brand like Samsung focus the marketing strategies, it must take good care of these social and cultural forces and how to customize its products according to the needs of local customers. For technological factors. In order to the unique image of its brand, each brand is trying to use the power of technology to give full play to its greatest advantage. As a technology company, Samsung has been able to promote innovation and give it competitive advantages. This company keeps launching innovative products in the market. The second is for environmental factors, which is the increasing concern about sustainability. Customers demand that company be responsible for its environmental behavior. Customers prefer brands that purchase products in a sustainable way to continue to focus on reducing their carbon footprint. Samsung has been focused on reduce the consumer pressure and managing the risk associated with water consumption. For legal factors, Samsung faced hardware penalties for imitating Apple's iPad and iPhone, and also the behavior wasn't the recognition and image of the brand in the eyes of customers. When Galaxy Note 7 began to explode around the world, the company's situation took a sour turn. Therefore, it is very important to abide by the law. To sum up, the above something pestle analysis showed various factors affecting its business performance. These understandings help to assess the importance of any brand business factors. So let's my group mate Dongcheng Han turn to viral analysis.
Thank you, Jialei, and I am going to describe the viral model and the SWOT analysis. According to the viral analysis model, we can see that in terms of the product, Samsung has a great numbers of high quality items like the phone, like earphone, like pad, while most of them are not very real. Then some big companies like Apple, like Huawei and Oppo, they all have this kind of items, and Samsung also has a very clear product profile and the clear development strategy. This is their Samsung's contemporary competitive advantage. Also, Samsung has a great reputation, brand value, and a wide industrial range, and their human resources are very strong. But this advantage are not be used very well, so which is needed to be improved. Samsung's sustained contemplative advantage includes the huge capital resources and the support by Tokyo government, and they have a whole industry chain. They also have very strong corporate culture and innovative capability. In summary, the Vero model helps us analyze the international resources and the contemplative advantage of Samsung cooperate clearly, while the experimental environment is left out of concern. So only when we combine Vero model with the century and the model like SWOT analysis, pestle analysis, and ENSO mixtures, because we can we understand the position and the strategy of Samsung completely. And the next stage, please. Here is the SWOT analysis. Except the strengths we have speak in Vero model, the globalization and the model communication technology helps the Samsung Corp a lot. From this, we found that Samsung also have weaks and threats like the human resources management and over cooperatives and so on. And this is my part. And I will recommend Jinjun for the next part.
Okay, thanks, Dongcheng. I will talk about the Samsung's marketing strategy and analyze it through the answer metrics. These are the marketing strategy of the Samsung Electronic, and I will analyze the strategy of the Samsung from the perspective of the market development, market penetration, diversification, and product development. From the perspective of the market development, Samsung has invested a lot of the resource in its own products to improve the quality of its own products and make its own brand more marketable. In addition, Samsung has the strong supply chain and use the least technologies such as the AI and the Internet of the Things to manage the supply chain, which give the company access to the many potential supplier and multiple distribution channels to open up the market. For market penetration, Samsung adopts a closed innovation strategy with the tighter internet controls and faster integration of internet organization and production lines. This means that Samsung can quickly rebound to market demand in order to better penetrate the markets. On the other hand, through the price reduction and discount to quickly clear inventory to increase the sales. For diversity, Samsung has used the corporate acquisition to increase the company's market competitive and diversity, like the 2017 acquisition of the Harman, which brought benefits to customers around the world, as well as the opportunities for Samsung. Finally, for product development, in addition to spending a lot of money, Samsung has focused on the technological innovation, such as the A2S chip and the semiconductor industry. Semiconductor industry leading the way in which Samsung's products have grow, reply, and capture the American market. This is the strategy, and it's our conclusion. This is reference. Okay, thank you for your attention.